Welcome to Diggy Miner. If you're looking for leads, pricing information, financial data, or any other information that's on online websites, this is the most powerful scraping technology to get you that information. You've looked at scrapers before, but Diggy Miner is the only AI scraper that uses AI to figure out website structures and get you exactly the data you need without any custom recipes, codes, or any specialized hard work. So let's take a look and see how Diggy Miner works. For our first scrape, let's pick up a website that's hyper localized. So I'm on this website called citysearch.ae, which is a website that helps you find local businesses here in Dubai. And there are literally thousands of websites like these on the internet that cater to specific places like a city or a community, or to special niches, like they could be a website talking about all the lawyers, or a website that lists all the dental clinics in your area. So there are sites that hold a gold mine of information, and if you can scrape them, you can get that all without manual work. Now, a regular scraper would not be able to scrape this website because it would need to be trained on this site structure. Somebody would actually need to sit down and code it to scrape this particular site. Only then it would be able to scrape it. Well, not Diggy Miner. So you start Diggy Miner by clicking on the icon in the toolbar. This is the extension, and then you select what kind of information you are looking for. So here are some common objectives. Mine for leads, this is what we're gonna go for in this particular instance. Then mine for product information. So if you're on an e-com site, you could be mining for that. Mine for user content, so you could do that if you want to mine reviews or content like that. Mine something else, or mine the entire page. Yes, these are your options. Here, let's go for mine for leads. Then you have the option to crawl specific URLs. So if you got a list of URLs, you can just feed them in Diggy Miner, and Diggy Miner will scrape it, crawl it, and take out your data. Then you can put your data neatly organized in campaigns, and I will call this one, I will add a new campaign for this particular search, and I will call it Dubai Lawyers. So I'm looking for lawyers based out of Dubai in this particular scrape. I've created the campaign. Then you can tell Diggy exactly the information you want. For example, name of company, phone number, just separate it by comma, address. So this is the information that I want from this website. Then you can select what kind of navigation system does a website have. You know, some websites have this auto scrolling technology where you scroll to the bottom and it just expands and more records show up. So if you have something like that, you can select auto scroll. And if you have something like a pagination system, in this particular instance, it's a pagination system. So you've got this pager over here and you can navigate to different pages by clicking on them. So in this case, it's pagination. Then you can select how many pages you want to scrape. So let's go for 10. And of course, after continuing with 10, you can continue and go and scrape more in the next session. So that's okay. You can scrape up to 20 pages in one session. Let's go for 10. Then you got to select the next page button, which is right here. You will see this little box, locate next page button. Click on start selection, then select the next page, and then just click on finish selection. Well, Diggy Miner gets to work straight away. It's scraping the pages already, and it will get all the data from all the pages and then organize it. Of course, it's gonna take a little while, maybe a couple of minutes. As you can see, it's auto scrolling the pages, grabbing the data. It's on the second page now, and once it finishes with the second page, it'll go to the third page. So let's just hold up, and I'll come back when it finishes the scraping in a minute or so. It's been less than a minute and Diggy is already on the 9th page. Alright, the scraping process is finished, and now Diggy is already organizing the data, extracting all the records from the scraping data, and this will take another minute or so. All done, and you can see that Diggy found 384 records and it took 73 seconds to do this. You can click on view data and it takes you to the backend. It's a SaaS software where you can organize all the data, use it, and work with it. So here you see, here are the records. These are all the lawyers that are present on that website. You can see here, it's got the names of the companies, it's got the phone numbers, it's also got the address. So now this is usable data. You can extract it, export it to CSV, JSON, or XLSX. And you can do something more than that. Of course, beyond exporting, you can even chat with the data. So if you click on Diggy AI, you're taken to the AI data analyzer, and then you can click on new chat, and we have our freshly scraped data lawyers from City Search over here. Let's click on it and just click on start chat. And now all we need to do is ask it a question, any question we want. For example, just ask that question and you will get an answer from the AI. You don't need to go through the records. See, it even told you there is no lawyer in Dubai Marina, but there are some lawyers in the nearby areas. So that's what AI can do for you. I asked it another question, and here you go. It gave me a very nice list along with the address and the phone numbers. And you can go for any kind of depth you want. For example, you can even ask silly questions and you will get an answer. Here you go. The lawyer that starts with C is Clyde and Co. Then I asked it which lawyers have Arabic names, and it gave me a list. And the next question I asked it was which lawyers seem to be led by women, and I got an answer to that too. So imagine the kind of analysis you can do if you're scraping data using Diggy and analyzing it with AI. You can ask it any question you want. It's like having a very smart research assistant right at your fingertips. It will answer your questions and tell you exactly what you need to know about that data. For our next scraping task, let's scrape this particular group which has a lot of information about products and the prices. So I want to grab, let's say, products and prices from this. So I'm gonna click on Diggy again, and this time I will look for mine for product information. I've got a campaign selected here, and I will look for product names price. And this is an auto scrolling page. As you can see, there is no pager here. So I will go for auto scrolling and I can select how many seconds I want and then click on start digging. And you can see it found some records, so we can view data. And here we've got information. These are the products that it grabbed and the price. So this is how it can scrape Facebook. You can do the same thing with LinkedIn. Like I'm in a group that has LinkedIn data. And this time I want to grab maybe email addresses or phone numbers. Let's try to do that. So we're gonna click on Diggy again, and I have a campaign for LinkedIn. I want to mine for leads, name, let's make it phone number and name. And again, this is auto scrolling. Let's try 45 and click on start digging. In this particular instance, only one person had listed the phone number. And if you click on view data, you can see the name and the phone number as you desired. You can also scrape Amazon. So I'm on an Amazon page now, and this is a product which has a lot of reviews. And this time I want to scrape the Amazon reviews. So that's what I'll do here. I'll click here, and this time product information. Let's create a new campaign. Let's call it Amazon product reviews. And click on save, and we'll say name of reviewer and review, and we'll keep it auto scrollable. Let's go to the top of the page. Let's do 30 seconds and click on start digging. And it was able to grab 9 reviews. If you go into the scrape data, the names are here and you've got the review, and you can chat with this data too. We'll just go to Diggy AI, start off a new chat, and we'll select the data scraped from Amazon. We can ask a question like, can you tell me what was the thing that people disliked most about this product? And you got an answer that is specific to the data you have. YubiKey 5C is complexity of the initial setup. That's what people disliked. So if you are trying to bring an alternative, maybe you can easily try to explore those pain points, try to solve those pain points, and be able to serve the market. So it's a great research tool. You can scrape any sort of data from anywhere, and then you can either export the data, bring it into your spreadsheet. If you got a CRM, you can bring the leads into your CRM. You can bring the leads into your calling system and start calling them or start emailing them as you desire. You can start off your outreach programs. If you harvest reviews or any other kind of data, then you can analyze that data, export it, analyze it any way you want, or grab any sort of data from any website. That is the power of Diggy. Awesome. So I hope you like this demo, and if you get Diggy now, we'll see you on the inside. Thank you so much for watching it.